That's
as well.
hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. With me with blood in my face. Yeah, that's pretty recognizable. I've tried that a few times. Well, I would say it didn't feel very alien to me to put on some bloody makeup.
Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction og Reservoir Dogs.
Altså, jeg vil lige rangere de tre for mig, fra bedst til dårligst, fordi at det er svært.
Jeg har også her.
Ja, der er en Glorious Bastards, ja. Det er okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Den er
so I'll guess we'll do it in English, so I will actually understand.
That's fine.
That's okay.
I did receive the screeners for the show, and I've watched everything. The first 3 episodes I actually watched in Danish with Danish subtitles, and I understood like 70%, I would say, and it was good.
That's great.
But I understood it all when I got the Swedish subtitles afterwards as well.
I'm really happy you did that, because that would have been horrible if you got the Swedish subtitles and yet still did not understand.
No.
Then we had a real problem.
Yes.
So I'm
that's for sure.
Yeah, perfect.
So if we start out with just going back to prior there even being a show, you guys have been friends for forever, is what I've heard, and I'm guessing, and all of the viewers are going to want to know too, who fancied whose mother first and came up with this idea.
Yeah. So maybe it's a good disclaimer to say that this is not based on real events.
No.
So that's probably pretty important to mention.
Very important.
But basically the idea came up after us in COVID country. I would say back in 2020 we were at one of each other's place, and we were sitting there and having a lot of gin and tonic, as you do when you're bored and you're not allowed to go out. And then we just started riffing back and forth, and it's a long story short, we came up with this beautiful idea of Magnus. What would happen if one of your best buddies started dating your mom, and how does that work out, and how do we end up in the last episode by one of them saying, I think this is about time for you to call me dad.
Yes.
So that's basically the main idea, was how do we push these characters out to a certain place in the very last episode where we could have one of 2 best friends tell the other one dad. I think that that was our main idea, and we thought that was freaking hilarious, and thankfully Nordic Films did too, and Viaplay as well. So we just worked on that for a couple of years.
Yes.
Being a part of the whole machinery. So we were consultants, as well as the people coming up with the idea, and then also obviously the lead characters on the show. But we didn't write it ourselves. We had grown-ups to do that for us. The dear Søren Felbo and Christian Duque came along and elevated the project, and so that's basically the story of the whole thing. And I can't put into words how privileged we feel that standing there on set the first day and looking at each other and being like, wow, how did this happen? Yes. 2 best buddies creating a TV show together that we came up with the idea for. I think that's amazing, and I hope it will happen again. But it's very rare that you get to experience this kind of stuff. So immensely privileged.
Yes, very lucky.
Very lucky. Absolutely.
Yeah. And your 2 characters on the show, they do run a business together as well. Could you see any similarities between doing this show together as best friends and the way that they do a business together? Do did you go in, like on each other's nerves or anything like that, or was it more
Yes,
relaxed
I
behind the camera?
100%, 100%
would say we have a bit healthier
relationship.
relationship than the characters have.
Yeah. But I would tend to agree that if we started our own company together, it would also probably end up in mayhem, and it would be chaotic as well. Hopefully not as chaotic as they are running their business, but it would be the exact same of you handling all the business and me cooking.
Yes,
That would be
that's
the
right.
exact same. That would be the exact same.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there is a lot of cooking going on in the show. Is that like something that you both like to do on this side as well, or was that just something that they wrote
It's a
for you?
It's a funny question, but
Yeah.
I don't do it.
You don't do food.
I do food. I love food and I love
only-
good food, but
I only eat it.
I only eat it. I don't cook that much actually, but
It was 100% a thing of just something that was written, because it made sense in terms of the whole theme of trying to be green and environmentally oriented, which is a big and massive thing for my character and me. So that made perfect sense.
Yes.
And it also it created some kind of, and it talked into the narrative of
Yes.
the vibe that we
Yes.
wanted on the show, where these questions of being environmentally oriented and being balanced and being aware of your surroundings is a massive theme that's going on, and a lot of pressure that he puts on himself every single day. And on top of that, he also have to accept the fact that his best friend is now dating his mom, and his girlfriend is not very nice to
Not
him. Let's just
and
put it
not
that way.
well.
Not well.
Yeah.
Double,
But I think
triple
if you
diagnosed.
asked Victor, he doesn't care. We could have a car dealership if you asked him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It
No,
could be
it's
food. It could
it's about the
be.
money.
It's about the money and the business thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
But we
successful.
also talked about that it was like the sensation of food, like the quality of food. We wanted that as a part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Victor is fast into that suit as well. Every opportunity he gets, so that kind of shines through.
It's every possibility he gets
Yeah.
put on a suit.
To put on a suit. He's
Yes.
cooking in a suit. God damn it.
Yeah. And for all of the Vikings fans out there, I kind of feel like that first shot with the bloody nose, and that's something that comes back. It almost felt like you did that on purpose to kind of, yeah.
That's so serious.
That's how a lot of people will remember Ivar
That's
as well.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, with me with blood in my face. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
recognizable. I've tried that a few times. Well, I would say it didn't feel very alien to me to put on some bloody makeup and just start out with having a crazy freaking face
It was a
on.
condition even, maybe.
Yeah.
I won't do a show
no,
without blood in my face.
no, exactly. That
it was the moment
it's
where
in
you
my
felt,
rider.
yes.
It's in my rider that I will not do this if I am not bloody.
Yes.
So
It was a moment where you felt most home.
yeah, because otherwise being clean and wearing normal clothes
not the
and
thing, not the thing.
being in Copenhagen and it being sunny and I'm on a bike and stuff like that. I don't know what that is.
No.
It felt so alien to me,
Yeah.
and I just really needed to feel like I was back home in Ireland, in sub-zero temperatures, with a lot of leather on and probably somebody else's blood on my face. Yeah, so that's what
Yeah.
I was for.
You did get to shoot a lot of scenes swimming though. So how cold was that? Did you shoot it?
That was well, it's funny because when you've been shooting 51 episodes in Ireland and being there for 3.5 years, everything else is going to be a luxury, because it was the toughest shoot you could imagine. And I was so fortunate to not be able to use use my legs in that TV show. So I was also on the ground all the time. And when you put your body on the ground in a forest in Dublin, in Ireland, in November, December, that stuff is gonna suck all the heat out of you. So that was colder than swimming around in the harbor of Copenhagen in June. So that was actually nice. And also I got to use my legs, which I was really happy about. You know, not crawling around every single day was also a very pleasant experience, I would say.
You tried to sneak it in though.
Yeah, I
So,
tried
like,
to sneak it in.
it could be a good idea to, if he wasn't able
Yeah.
to use his legs.
Yeah. It's like if this character, if people don't like this character because he's not able to put up boundaries for everybody around him, we can just make him handicapped,
Yeah.
and then people will like him again. So as a sympathy factor, but the writers didn't like that idea, and we didn't have
Nobody liked that.
we didn't have enough
No.
enough of a budget, so that's also part of the reason why.
We'll see in a potential second season, maybe what happens.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's an idea.
We'll do that. It's a little of a plot twist. We're never gonna explain it, but
No.
Emil is now crawling around. So stupid. Yeah.
There is also with Emil, he has, as you mentioned, a hard time setting up boundaries to other people, and that's something we kind of get him biting his tongue and not saying what he's thinking throughout the entire season, basically. And that is also a big difference with Ivar and other roles that we've seen you do. So how was it fun to kind of do the opposite now, or did you kind of feel like you missed out on just being able to say whatever you want?
Yeah. No, all jokes aside, it's been a tremendous experience because every single time I want to challenge myself, and I always want to expand my horizon, try new stuff out, and just be better at what I do. And I do that by challenging myself. And this was for sure a challenge. And I freaking loved it. Every single time you can get a chance to try something new, just freaking grab it. So that's absolutely what I did. And this character is not what I was used to, but it's closer to me personally than Ivor was. And so in that regard, it was easier. But it's just so vastly different. And you're shooting it in your mother tongue, and you're doing it in Denmark, in Copenhagen, in familiar surroundings with familiar friends, and on your mother tongue as well, not just acting, but also at work. You know, I was in Ireland for so long that I ended up dreaming in English. So being on a Danish set and having people around you behind the cameras speaking Danish, it's just different, and
And your best friend too.
yeah, my best friend too. It's really, that was really cool. Such a pleasant experience. And I want to do something that's completely different from what people are used to seeing me in or have seen me in. So and that's not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep expanding my horizon, and I'm gonna try to do a different kind of vibe every single time. Within the boundaries of what that character can be. So so no, I freaking loved it. Oh my God, it was a joy. And also, hey, I can be kind of fun. So, you know, I would like to, you know, it's great to be able to show that too. I mean, Ivor is not the most hilarious person in the world. So I mean, humor is, I freaking love humor, and it's great to be able to do that genre.
Yeah. I think we're running out of time just about now, but as a final thing, what is the main reason you think that viewers should give this show in particular a chance? There are new shows almost every week nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
You kind of have to go
That's one of the
through
best
all of
questions
those.
we've had. Yeah, that's one of the best questions we had today.
Well, first of all, I think it is a show you should see with your family. And I mean, the world is such a mess at the time and this time. So maybe you just need to laugh and relax a bit and see someone that you feel safe with, and
Yeah.
maybe laugh of yourself and your family.
It can be a very maybe not the most pleasant mirror, but it could be a mirror to yourself and the time that we are in right now. And because I understand everything that's going on with these characters, and all my friends that have been watching it is, it's an extreme theme of having your best friend dating your mom, but it's not just about that. It's about staying true to yourself, respecting yourself and your boundaries, and also setting up boundaries for yourself, because you're not helping anyone around you if you're not doing that.
Exactly.
You need to stay strong. You need to stay you.
Yes.
And
it's not a bad thing to take up space.
no, you have to. And it's okay to accept the fact that you can't save the world while saving everyone else and yourself and the freaking environment and all that stuff. We're just human beings, and we're freaking ridiculous most of the time. And I think that's what this show is about. So laugh at our ridiculousness and just enjoy it. Yeah, I think that's the reason why.
Yeah,
and you can watch it with your mom,
Yes.
and she would appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. And after having seen it all myself, I would also say that it kind of gives you the urge to speak up for yourself as well.
Yeah.
When you see Emil not doing that for himself, you kind of feel like maybe I should say something about what's nagging you in your own life. So that might be a good reason.
Well,
That's so good to hear.
that's the freaking mission right there. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. That's really
So thanks a lot for your time, and best of luck
Thank
with
you.
the premiere. And I
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed for that second season.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for
Appreciate it.
talking with
You
us.
have a good one, okay?
Yes.
Right back at you.
Bye.